Hello, it's Linda Light, and I wanted to make a video for you guys a little earlier, but I had a really neat experience. So, as I'm starting to set up, I use a music stand for my iPad to sit on, and I plugged my headphone in. I had one in, one out, just like this. And then the screen went foggy. It just sort of froze and was clouded out. And at the same time, I started hearing through my earphones, just the one, a Tibetan singing bowl. And I thought, well, that's cool. Where's this coming from? And I didn't even question after that. I was just like enjoying it. And it was curious. It was very curious. But nevertheless, I know I didn't touch anything. I wasn't playing anything. There's no apps running in the background. It's definitely a type of music that I would listen to induce a more multi-dimensional frequency or state of mind. But when I heard this, I decided to just go with it. I thought, okay, I'm not supposed to make this video right now. So I plugged the other earphone in, the earbud, and I laid the iPad right next to me on the couch, and the Tibetan bowls continued. Then there was another layer added in with pulsing, and then I started hearing an angelical voice toning, and mind blown. I needed that frequency. I really needed that frequency, but it was amazing. And I can still hear the haunting sounds. And the first video that I recorded, it stopped as fast as it started, but it started to fade out. It started to get lighter and lighter and lighter. And I just sat receiving. And as it was getting lighter, I reached over to my iPad to turn up the volume. And as soon as I did, it stopped. And then my iPad record came on and started recording. And all I did was push the up button on my volume. So I was like, what? Okay. And I lifted it up to try to just start recording, on the fly without having like a setup with a music stand and having it right in front of me. I was just holding the iPad like, okay, you're never going to believe what happened, guys. And I'm talking with all this excitement, and it didn't record, like it stopped recording on me. So I was like, okay, let me record this again. So I set it up on the stand, figured, all right, they want me to do this more professional. So I set it up on the stand. I start to record again. I'm not even a minute into it, and I'm trying to mimic the sound of the frequency for you, because I've done things with sound healing before. I've used my voice, I've used bowls, I've used rattles, I've used different things. And when I put this frequency out, the video stopped recording on its own. And I thought, okay. So I checked with it. I'm like, you don't want that going out. And nope. That was just for me. I needed that. And it was gifted to me. So, thank you. But I wanted to share that little story with you because the electronics are doing funny things. And the whole reason that I wanted to do this video for you guys is I wanted to throw out the concept for people that are struggling. I was going to pick a card for you. Just, pick a card for the day, or if I don't come back on for a couple days, just for the beginning of the week for you guys. But the concept that I wanted to throw out there was understanding a better way of getting the yin and yang and the duality coming together. And a lot of times we run into people, especially if you're already awakened, you get the concept, you understand, but we run into people who are really stuck in that duality and they can't see the other side. And they don't understand that the value is just as good as their value. The perspective is just off a little bit. So, I like to use the thing, if there's a tree right here, we'll say my arm is a tree, and you're standing here, you can't see what's behind the tree going that way. But somebody else who's standing here can certainly see what's behind the tree. So it's all a matter of perspective, right? But the other thing I wanted to show you was this. So that's heads, and that's tails. It's a quarter, right? Still 25 cents. The value of the quarter doesn't change because you're looking at heads or you're looking at tails. It really doesn't matter. And that's something that people are going to start getting that concept more and more now, because this is what we're learning, how to combine the divine masculine, the divine feminine energies within. Everybody's learning how to see other sides of what's going on. It's like seeing behind the curtain. As the curtain gets lifted, you get to see they're really actors on a stage. That's really like what's going on. People are playing roles in this game. And if you haven't seen the OA yet, go and see it. And I only recommend that if you're the kind of person that is good at understanding layered and layered and layered things, is very, very, very deeply spiritual and multidimensional and galactic and multiple timelines, dimensions kind of stuff. So if you're not into that, don't worry about it. But just thought I'd throw that out there. Going to pick a quick card for you. And if you guys want a more in-depth, oh, look at the card that just jumped. Look at the card that just jumped. I love when that happens. Perception. Yeah, I love when that happens. The cards never lie. These cards are like a blueprint for the messages that want to come through. And I have weekly readings that I do over on Patreon for anyone who's a white light and above. So white lights and angels get free weekly read. Well, not free, but from your level of support, it's $11.11, I think, at that level. But you get weekly readings and you get access to all the other benefits at all the levels before that. So there's a couple of them over there now, and you get to see more in depth. I do 11 card spreads. I just did one yesterday for the week. So perception. What is your perception this week? How do you see the world around you? How do you see things that are right in front of you or not seen? Every time this card comes up, I like to say it's like, well, it represents the heart chakra, opening up the heart chakra. And this is a chakra card deck that I use. So the green represents the heart chakra. And it depends on where this comes out in the reading, but if it comes out as the center card, it's the heart of everything, which is perfect because it is the heart chakra that this card is talking to. And it's really trying to say, what does your heart need? What does your heart perceive? And if your heart is focused on one side of the quarter or the other side of the quarter, you'll never get to see that this quarter, it doesn't matter what side it's on, it's still 25 cents. It's only half of the whole. So whenever you're looking at something, try in fact to see what the other side of that is, what the duality is, what is the opposite of. And when you can literally look at both sides and be in the middle and see the value of both sides combined, then you'll be shifting your perspective. So shift your perspective to look at the opposite with equal value. Suspend, if you believe in something, suspend your beliefs. If you don't believe in something, suspend your disbeliefs so that you can be in the middle and see both sides of it. Equal balance for this week. So that's the message for tonight. And I hope you're all well. Thank you to all my supporters and my subscribers, and thank you to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the channel, and I will be back soon with another video for you guys. Namaste, and have a lovely evening.